with Geostorm and all that is I'm nobody. I was nobody. I have no track record in the feature world.
Paul, I'm sure a lot of people are surprised to hear that you were a nobody when you wrote Geostorm, considering you had already been, professionally writing for what, 10, 15 years, maybe longer at that point. Uh, and I think there's just sort of a general misunderstanding about how writers get siloed and known for their work in a particular niche and are essentially completely unknown outside of that. I think most people think that once you've had a couple of produced credits that you're just in and everybody kind of knows who you are and treats you as a professional. But in truth, everybody sort of has an initial path. They have a niche that they're working in that they become good at, that they get hired in. And, it is a challenge to break out of what you're known for, regardless of what that is. It's almost like a decent analogy is like going to medical school. Yes, you can go and have all these rotations and residencies and whatever, and you get that MD. But at the end of the day, like a psychiatrist 10 years down the line is going to have all this knowledge and respect and relationships in one niche of that field and is not going to be respected at all in the field of surgery. He might be 15 or 20 years into his career, and somebody dies on a plane and he's just like, nah, I can't help you there. I've read some feature screenplays from people that have come up in television and they're excellent. And then others, they just sort of lack a succinctness. There's this sort of, quality to it where it's like you can feel that they just have another episode to write after this movie, but it's like in features, you really only get one at bat. And then there are obviously many stories of somebody, a writer or a director coming from the feature world and then going into TV and they just have problems. They have problems, They have problems working with other writers, assembling a writer's room, trying to not do it all themselves. You do have these specialties, these niches within the field of screenwriting, and you it's kind of good to pick a lane, right? Especially in your early days. But there also needs to be an awareness, I think, that when you're attempting something new, it's new and there are new lessons to learn and, new mentors to seek out, etc. I think the takeaway, if there is one, is that building a career is not really about breaking in as it is about continually developing your skill set and expanding your abilities, forming new relationships, meeting new people, and discovering new opportunities and new people to work with.